guys, it's Keisha. Welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time, welcome. I hope you decide to show your support by subscribing. And today's video is a bit of a chit chat kind of video. I wanted to share my experience with social anxiety and how it affects me as a YouTuber when it comes to networking and in real life with making friends. I recently attended an event by RPG Show. I'm sure you guys are familiar with RPG Show. They're all over YouTube. I am one of their loyal customers. I'm wearing one of their units right now, and RPG Show hosted an event in New York. It was their first event in the States, and it was in celebration of their 10th year in business. And as you can imagine, they invited some prominent YouTubers, some of my faves. I was excited to attend the event. I saw this as an opportunity to network with other YouTubers, as well as build upon the relationship that I already have with the company as a customer. Now, social anxiety is one of those things that show up when there's people involved. When you're by yourself, it's a non-factor. But as soon as I heard the lineup of YouTubers that were gonna be in attendance, I instantly started to shrink and feel inferior and become overwhelmed with doubty, negative thoughts. It came on so strongly that I even considered not even going to the event after I had already purchased my ticket. Now, when it comes to social anxiety, you don't want that to be an option for you to back out and flake out of showing up at an event. Doing that has affected a lot of my friendships and my reputation, especially when you commit to something in advance and then when the day comes, you're just not mentally prepared to just show up. Not everyone understands that social anxiety is a real thing. It's something that affects a lot of people. So some people may not understand and be compassionate enough to get that you're not having a good mental health day, that, you know, for you to be able to push through and show up. So for myself, whenever I commit to something, because I'm so focused on building my reputation, if I give my word that I'm going to show up somewhere, I try my best to make sure that I keep my word. So not showing up to this event was not an option for me. So to help me to push through, I relied heavily on preparation, being prepared. This helps you to control what you can and to help you quiet down these negative thoughts from overpowering you. Now, I start with my hair and my outfit. Some people like to dilly-dally with this and wait till the last minute. I don't play. I tackle what I'm going to wear and how I'm going to wear my hair immediately. This helps you to envision yourself in the room. It's okay to have a second option, a backup option, but I like to know what I'm wearing, know how well it fits, so that I know that I'm going to be comfortable on the day of the event, so that I can be my best self. In addition to social anxiety, I do have body image issues, so it's important that I anticipate what I would like to wear, how I want to present myself at an event, so that I don't have any of these issues coming up the day of. I want to know that I look good, and that helps you to feel good. Next step to being prepared is doing a little bit of research. Researching the company as well as the people that will be in attendance, whether it's other bloggers, other guests. A lot of times companies will post like a flyer on their Instagram, and usually people are in the comments saying if they're going to attend. So if you can warm up the situation with both the company or anyone that you know will be attending, that definitely helps alleviate some of the anxiety about going to an event. I like to get the address if it's provided and research the venue, see if there's any Google images available, just to help you to navigate the space. If possible, even the day of or in advance, looking up the weather, being prepared for that, transportation as well, so that there's no unexpected detours that would affect you showing up to the event and showing up on time. Another important factor to being prepared is rehearsing your intro. visualizing yourself in the room, visualizing how you want to present yourself, rehearsing what you plan on saying to a person, how much you're comfortable sharing about yourself in an intro, and being able to be confident in your words and what you're saying. When it comes to networking, this is still something that I'm working on. I like to be prepared in this area as well. If I know there's going to be a specific person that I would like to meet, I do a little bit of research on that person. I reflect on the impression that that person has made on me through the content that they share, and most of the time I have my words or my introduction spiel ready to share with them what I like about them and how it's impacted me. That in combination with my presentation, my hair, how I present myself, that helps to make a lasting impression on the person, and it goes a lot further than simply just saying hi to a person and not having anything of substance to add to it. Now, the objective with this is not to become best friends with a person overnight, make a new friend, or get a new follower on Instagram. The point of this is to forge new ground and vanquish the fear that's associated with new territory. Competence builds confidence. When you're able to know what you're getting into, have a precedent, a previous experience to kind of reflect on, it helps you to be more confident for the next time that you're in a similar situation. Now, once you're fully prepared, you picked out your outfit, you've done your research, you may decide to attend the event with a friend. Now, this is totally fine if you are just starting to make some effort to cope with your social anxiety, but if you really want to make progress, you can't rely on someone else's feelings, someone else's time, transportation to be confident that you're going to attend this event. Once you give your word and you've committed yourself to the event, you can't allow someone else flaking on you to deter you from going. You still have to show up. You still have to push through. So it's totally fine to invite someone. Just be mentally prepared that in the event that this person is not able to attend with you, that you're still going to show up for you and you're still going to attend. Now, the day of the event, you show up. What next? You have to be on. Most of the time when people hear the term being on, they associate that with dressing a certain way, makeup a certain way, when really what it means is showing up being the best version of yourself. Not fake, not phoning it in, not being too extra, but the best version of yourself that you can muster that day. There's been plenty of events that I've gone to and all I could manage was to show up. Once I got there, I was practically invisible. No one knew I was there. I didn't make an impression on anyone. I didn't speak to anyone. But it was important that I showed up, and I celebrated the fact that I showed up. That made it easier the next time around. It gave me experience that I could reflect on and be comfortable. At least the next time when I show up, I know what the scene can be like. I know the possibilities, and I'm a little better prepared because I've gone through it before. So don't beat yourself up if all you can do is show up.
Did you die? I got shot. But did you die?
And you're not able to make any connections with anyone there. That will come in time. Just focus on showing up for yourself.
Smile. Do it. You scrolled on this video to do it. Like that.
Smile. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I definitely have a serious case of resting bitch face. So smiling is easier said than done. At these events, it's very important that you smile. I remember going to an event. It was my first event that I went to by myself. I showed up and I did remember to smile. I'm smiling at everyone that's passing me, and it was such a negative experience because even the panelists and the guest bloggers that was there, I don't know, they forgot where they were, but no one remembered to be on. I remember standing up, and throughout the event I was like, trying to be friendly with the person next to me, and this one particular girl, I think I bumped her or something by accident. It was a very small venue, and she just definitely shot back with the mean resting bitch face, and I try not to let that affect me. but I was so uncomfortable with the other bloggers there and them not remembering to even smile and be friendly and courteous towards people that paid money to show up to meet them. I was so turned off by the event that I decided to leave. So before I left, I figured, why not just give my raffle ticket to someone? Maybe they'll, you know, make better use of it. So the same girl that I was standing next to, I offered her my ticket. So I tapped her and was like, hey, I'm heading out, but, you know, would you want my raffle ticket? Her face lit up, and I'm just like, why couldn't she have been doing that the whole time? Why couldn't she have been smiling the whole time? But I have to remember that people are at different points on their journeys than I am when it comes to overcoming social anxiety. So I'm sure really all it boiled down to was nerves. I'm sure she was just as nervous as I was and other people, but you have to remember to smile. It truly goes a long way at these events. Another situation, I remember going to an event in Brooklyn and something happened with the seating situation. I paid for VIP tickets and the staff and the seating staff that was there made an error and seated people in the wrong section. So like the VIP people were out of their VIP bags and they weren't able to sit near the stage as intended, and it was just like a mess. And during that time, people were standing around and I tried to be helpful, being a person that had been to a few events. So I saw one girl and she was like really just like pissed. Like she looked like she was near tears and she seemed to be there with her sister. So I went over there and I asked her if there was something I could help her with, and I offered to help get her a seat. I was able to find staff members and get her a seat, and the girl didn't say thank you. She was still pissed. She was still in a bad mood, but I didn't let that affect me and affect my mood. I just focused on, again, being the best version of myself. And since that event, that person ended up following me on Instagram and is a supporter of my video and my content. And it was surprising, again, because at the time she didn't even smile, she didn't say thank you, she didn't do anything, but she still took the time to find me on Instagram, and she's been showing support ever since. It's really important that you smile, show up as your best self, and don't take people having a resting bitch face as a offense against you. Don't take that personally. It happens. I really truly wish that with this video and us opening up a dialogue about social anxiety, that we are able to communicate our experiences to understand each other, because really a lot of times that's all it boils down to. Now, about the RPG show event specifically, it was so much fun. I went with my boo Samantha. She went with me, not because I needed her to go with me, but because she wanted to go. It was her first event. When I got there, the staff was there at the entrance to greet us. They were very friendly. Initially, I was concerned that there will be like a language barrier, but they spoke English. It was totally fine. They were friendly. It was nice to put faces to the names that I correspond with in emails. Their customer service is always A1. So I made my way around the room. The venue was beautiful. I was happy they provided seating area for the attendants. A lot of times events will have like vendors and standing area and not sitting, or they'll have vice versa, but they had everything. They had open bar, food, they had staff that was on hand and assist you with whatever it is that you may have needed. The initial part of the event was to allow everyone to arrive and socialize, and then there was a styling segment on stage, which was like impressive. They had
This is what's up. I had to watch YouTube tutorials just to do a bob, and I still ain't got it. She don't have no eyes right now, okay? So I'm saying, no, this is like Stevie Wonder right here, okay? Cutting some hair. This is what I'm talking about.
They had a few Instagram stylists. Not to discredit these stylists, this is just the way that I'm familiar with these stylists. Anthony Cuts, Style by Tim, I believe, and a couple of others. They did their thing on stage, and then followed after that. You were able to take pictures in front of the step and repeat, or with your favorite YouTuber or blogger. I got a few pictures, but not too many. I was super excited specifically to meet Taste Pink here on YouTube, as well as Dominique, I believe her name is. Once I got there, as soon as I got there, Dominique spotted me from across the room. We exchanged waves. I went over, said hi. She was definitely as represented in her videos. She was the same way in person. She was standing with another vlogger, another YouTuber. I'll include her links as well. And they were chatting it up. I assumed that they came together, but they had just met like a few minutes before I got there. I made my way around the room to check out the venue and just to, you know, interact a little bit with some of the other people there. They had the My First Wig staff. You guys know I recently did a video on my first impression of My First Wig unit. They had her given hair. I believe they had her given hair clip-ins and kinky curly extensions. They were a vendor there as well. Anthony Cuts was there. Muffins is my lover. One of my favorite YouTubers. Jayla Majette was there. She was so funny and she was exactly as she is in her videos. I was excited to meet her. It was really a warm event. I was surprised that it was such a warm and friendly crowd. It was my first event that was non-natural hair related. I don't know if that's an accurate correlation to feel that because it wasn't natural hair, why everybody was so chill and so friendly. Hopefully not, but this experience definitely was far beyond a lot of my experience with going to natural hair events. Since this was my first event after having been to an event in like over a year, if you watched my story time video, you know that I had a bad experience which kind of like really set me back. So I hadn't been to an event for like a year or so. So like I said, social anxiety is a real thing for me. I intended to introduce myself to the staff of RPG show, but I wasn't able to do that. However, I am very proud of myself that I showed up and that I had a good time and that I was able to introduce myself and make connections with a couple of people that I really admire on YouTube. I encourage everyone to socialize, get out there, network, and go to events. I encourage anyone that want to do YouTube or want to be a blogger, because for me, representation is very important. It's important to be able to see people like yourself, relate to them, and know that people that come from where you come from can be successful and can do great things. So that's pretty much the bottom line of this whole entire thing, is being your best self, sharing your gifts, sharing your talents with the world, not letting social anxiety or negative self-talk affect you from getting out there. So hopefully what I've shared with you guys makes sense. Definitely leave me feedback down below. Overall, I had an amazing time at this event. I look forward to attending other events. Hopefully by then my vlogging skills are better and I could capture better video footage for you guys so that it feels like you're there with me. Let me know down in the comments below how you deal with shyness or social anxiety. I definitely want to keep the conversation going about mental health and social anxiety. Give me some feedback, leave me a comment, let me know if you enjoyed these types of videos, because I definitely enjoy making them. I enjoy chit-chatting and connecting with you guys. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!